And we're back for stage 11. Thanks for joining us, joining me. So we're doing the pen and ink. This is the second stage up in the Alps. And today I'm capturing my favorite cycling fan. Shoot, I'm not going to remember his name, but everybody knows him as the Devil. This Belgian cycling fan has been following the tour and running along with his trident, his black cape, and bright red spandex tights for all the years I can remember. He's quite the character. I know many people who've gotten their picture taken with the Devil. And the cyclists all seem to really enjoy him too. This is going to be Luke Rowe on the front of the Team Sky train, looking over, perhaps bemused. So I've talked about watercolors and your inability to erase or paint over. Well, of course, as you notice, I'm working with pen. Now I'm using a felt tip. It's Faber-Castell's artist pens, so they're intrinsically India ink, but they have a virtually non-drying time. So that way I don't have to wait for the ink to draw before I start laying in ink to dry, rather, before I start laying in color. Now, Team Sky has not taken over the lead yet. It was widely expected they would do that yesterday with Geraint Thomas, but Greg Van Avermaet wasn't having any of it. In fact, he ended up gaining time rather than losing the expected time in New Jersey. It's a phrase that the yellow jersey gives you wings. Riders, once they win that jersey, are not very eager to surrender it, and will ride even more, ride harder, ride with more aggression, ride with more panache than they would otherwise. But Team Sky is riding like they have the jersey. They're sitting on the front of the peloton, dictating the tempo. All the riders that have escaped and gone up the front are way down on GC, so they're not a worry to the overall race lead ambitions of Chris Froome, who's the team leader for Team Sky. And Froome has won the Tour 4 times. Had a bit of controversy at the start of the Tour, which, as far as the race organizers are concerned, has been resolved. He uses an inhaler for asthma, and in the Vuelta a España, the Spanish version of this race, or sort of the Spanish Tour de France, that's the Vuelta a España, the Tour of Spain. There are 3 Grand Tours in professional cycling. Italy is first in the calendar year, and then it is the Tour de France, and then followed by the Vuelta a España. I think we'll call this Running with the Devil. What do you think? Alright, so that's the line work for it. Drop my brush. I'm going to reach down here and pick it up. A little better than yesterday when I just didn't even have the water bottle. So we'll start laying color in. There's very little yellow in this image, but I still start with the yellow. Boy, I wish I could remember his name. Oh well, the devil's name. And it's not Lucifer. Got too much red on my brush there, so rinse it off, pick up some yellow, pull it over, mix my flesh tone. Now the devil has this huge, beautiful, huge white beard, white gray beard. And as I've said, with white, you have to leave the paper for the white. Now Team Sky is wearing white jerseys this year with a black panel on the front. Not a very interesting kit this year. And they've foregone that bright blue stripe. So they have a black stripe on their helmet. And, whoops, an orca down their back. Ostensibly to help raise awareness about plastic pollution in the oceans. I guess I should give them the benefit of the doubt on that one. You may have gathered I'm not a big fan of Team Sky. I had someone ask me the other night, is it something inherent in Americans that we always root for the underdog? It's not so much that I root for the underdog, but I do tend to not root for the favorite. In a race like the Tour, there are plenty of people who fall somewhere in the middle of underdog and favorite. So just a little bit of the blues to hint at the gray of his beard. Also some blues to show the shadows on Team Sky's white kit. Now the rider for Team Sky who is setting the pace is Luke Rowe, and Luke Rowe is what they call a rolleur, just somebody you can get on the front and tamp out a good steady pace mile after mile after mile. The fact that he's on the front on a mountain stage, and they're climbing a HC, outside category, a haute categorie climb, and nobody's coming around, means that everybody's biding their time. He's not strong enough to be shedding riders on his own right. So I'm a little curious about what's going on here. Why the peloton is just letting this play out. Because the gap to the leaders, including yesterday's stage winner Julian Alaphilippe, sorry about the cough, you probably hear the congestion in my nose too. Don't you just love summer colds? So where was I? Are now, so the guys up the road are 4 minutes, I think it is, ahead. So the race contenders, now it's a short stage, and this is only the first of 3 big climbs. This is a haute category again, as I said, and the next one is as well. So 2 very tough climbs, followed by, actually I'm checking my notes here, followed by a Cat 2, which is relatively speaking an easy climb. And then they actually finish the stage atop a mountain, which always sets up fireworks. Well, metaphorical fireworks. As GC guys see that they can have a chance to improve their standing or shed other contenders, and then not have to worry about those others' ability to catch back on the descent, and also not worry about their own recovery. racing recovery, because it's the end of the stage, and they can then get their massages and get their needs attended to, get food into themselves. It's quite a science now of recovery. The thing that does sort of amaze me with, and I've learned that this is true for myself, that if you're going to go out on a hard ride, you want to be warm. You don't want to just, like particularly if you're going to ride with a group, which is in essence what these guys do, you want to warm up. So they'll spend a half hour, 20 minutes riding their stationary bikes by the team bus before they start the day. And then that way they hit the race fresh, ready to go. Their legs are warmed up. And today that's really important because it starts with climbing. It started with climbing. So they, if your legs weren't ready, you could get left behind and never be able to recover. And then at the end of the race, they'll do a cool down where, because again, like they've just ridden up this mountain really hard, put in this huge amount of effort. You'll see sweat pouring off of them. They're panting. And they go straight over to the team bus and start doing a cool down. They get back on their stationary bikes and start pedaling and slowly work their muscles back down again. And this helps prevent cramping, the bane of any cyclist's existence. Move that watercolor a little bit there, that's better. And then get themselves cooled down, and then while they're doing that, they start getting fluids, electrolytes, food back into themselves. So we're just getting the brushes that brush the tree line just above the cut grass along the edge of the road laid in here. We're just about done. So with being just about done, I will again say that, one, I hope you become a subscriber. I'll be doing a painting every day for the rest of the tour. Well, I'll be doing a video of me painting every day for the rest of the tour. I usually do, and you can see there's a couple of paintings right there from yesterday. I did 6 yesterday. I've already done 1 today. And you can see all of that work at my blog at theartofcycling.blogspot.com. And this painting, along with all of my Tour de France paintings, are available for purchase. I should be able to get today's paintings up on the blog by 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Daylight Time, I guess, to be accurate. They are first come, first served purchases, so don't dilly-dally. And if you go to the blog, it will provide a direct link for each painting. Again, theartofcycling.blogspot.com, and it will provide a link to my website, gregleach.com, GREIGLEACH. And there's a secure site shopping cart feature there. You can make your purchase. Hope you will. Got to fund this activity, you know. And I do ship anywhere in the country. No, not only anywhere in the country, but anywhere in the world. The post office comes to you, you can get one of these. So there's today's painting. Thank you very much for looking, and I'm looking forward to the rest of this stage.